Carolina Hurricanes versus Boston Bruins. Two Eastern Conference powers collide in Boston as the 7-3-0 Carolina Hurricanes visit the 6-7-0 Boston Bruins at TD Garden. Carolina rides high in the Metropolitan Division's third spot with 14 points, while Boston, fifth in the Atlantic Division with 12 points, looks to stabilize after a streaky October. Both clubs are contenders, both expect to contend deep into spring, and both need this game to keep pace in their divisions. For Carolina, it's about asserting their system, quick transitions, balanced scoring, and a deep defensive core. For Boston, it's about rediscovering consistency. The Bruins' home record, 5-3-0, gives them a narrow edge in comfort, but Carolina's 4-2-0 road mark makes them no strangers to hostile ice. It's a statement night for both, one team climbing, the other fighting to stay relevant in a tightening early-season race. Carolina's offense is clicking in rhythm. Seth Jarvis leads with 11 points, 7 goals, 4 assists, blending speed and precision, while Sebastian Aho drives the setup game with 7 assists and power play poise. Averaging 3.90 goals per outing, the Hurricanes score at an elite rate, though their 9.7% power play still has room to grow. Boston leans on David Pasternak's brilliance, 17 points in 13 games, as he fuels a 3.31 goal average offense. Morgan Geekie's 9 goals add needed depth, keeping the top 6 dangerous. Still, defensive leaks remain an issue, with Boston conceding 3.62 goals per game and testing its goaltending early. Carolina leans on the tandem of Anderson and Busey, blending structure with endurance. Anderson's 4-2-0 record, 3.11 GAA, .882 SV%, contrasts with Busey's sharper 2.25 GAA and .916 SV%. For Boston, Swayman and Korpisalo share duties, both posting near-identical lines around a 3.45 GAA and .885 SV%, numbers reflecting the team's defensive inconsistency. Special teams remain tight. Carolina's penalty kill sits at 82.1% to Boston's 81.5%, with the Hurricanes' discipline, 98 penalty minutes versus 146, often paying off late in games. Despite ups and downs, Carolina is trending upward with recent wins over Colorado and the Islanders offsetting losses to Vegas and Dallas. Their resilience and balanced scoring drive their success. When the rhythm clicks, their pace and forecheck can smother opponents. Boston snapped a skid with a 4-3 overtime win over Buffalo but remains inconsistent. After a 7-2 loss to Ottawa, they bounced back by outgunning Anaheim 7-5. The offense clicks, yet defensive lapses linger. To win tonight, the Bruins must show they can finish strong without relying solely on Pasternak's brilliance. In goal, control is everything. Anderson's poise steadies Carolina, while Swayman's aggressive style defines Boston's edge. Anderson wins with rebound control, Swayman with reflexes. Neither has a clear statistical edge, making this duel volatile. One big save or soft goal could change everything. Carolina thrives on pace, clean exits, quick cycles, and balanced lines. Boston relies on grind, heavy forechecks, and space created by Pastrnak. The key battle: can the Bruins slow Carolina's speed through the neutral zone and protect the slot from Aho and Jarvis? Special teams will be pivotal. Carolina's penalty kill remains elite, but Boston's 22.2% power play can punish any lapse, especially with Pastrnak in space. Possession battles and coaching tweaks, Brind'Amour's discipline versus Montgomery's aggression, may decide it. Watch Morgan Geekie as Boston's X-factor. His net front grit and scoring touch could shift momentum. For Carolina, Aho's composure and creativity remain the key to their offensive flow. Prediction: Hurricanes 4, Bruins 3, OT. Expect a fast-paced, emotional clash. Carolina's deeper defense and steadier goaltending give them the edge, even as Boston leans on home ice energy. In the end, Composure, not chaos, should define this matchup. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Hurricanes winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Colorado Avalanche versus San Jose Sharks. The Colorado Avalanche roll into San Jose, riding high atop the Central Division, sitting at 7-1-4 with 18 points and one of the league's most balanced attacks. The Sharks, at 3-6-2, are desperate for traction near the bottom of the Pacific, looking to turn recent flashes of fight into sustained success. This isn't just another regular season meeting, it's a tone setter. Colorado wants to keep the throttle down, while San Jose is clawing to prove that their rebuild still has bite. The Avalanche have built their edge on elite execution. Nathan MacKinnon continues to be the pulse of Colorado's offense with 17 points through 11 games, including 9 goals and 8 assists. His explosive pace and finishing touch have set the standard. Beside him, Cale Makar is every bit the two-way force, already 12 assists and driving play from the back end with power play precision. Colorado's offensive balance shows in the numbers: 3.73 goals per game, a lethal 17.8% power play conversion, and a stingy 2.55 goals allowed per game. This team scores with flair and defends with structure. Across the ice, San Jose's spark comes from rookie phenom Macklin Celebrini, who's matched MacKinnon's 17 points with 6 goals and 11 assists. A remarkable pace for a young center carrying a heavy load. His vision and poise have been the silver lining in an otherwise inconsistent start for the Sharks. But defensively, the numbers tell the challenge. 4.36 goals against per game, 63.9% on the penalty kill, and far too many breakdowns in transition. Still, there's growth brewing, and the Sharks' 3.36 goals per game show their offense can keep up if the defense can finally hold the line. Momentum favors Colorado, which has kept rolling despite a few overtime slips. The Avs are 2-2-1 in their last 5, highlighted by an 8-4 rout of New Jersey that showcased their scoring depth. Even in close losses, they've maintained control and composure. San Jose, meanwhile, shows progress. Wins over New Jersey and New York prove their fight, though late-game lapses persist. The Sharks are building chemistry, Colorado is sharpening excellence. In goal, the edge leans toward the AVS. Scott Wedgwood, 2.59 GAA, .899 S%, brings stability and poise suited to Colorado's structured play. Across the ice, Yaroslav Askarov's athleticism stands out, but his 1-4 mark and .894 save rate reflect defensive strain. Backup Alex Nedeljkovic, 2-2, .887 SV%, offers another option, yet reliability remains uncertain. In a matchup driven by rhythm and reaction, Wedgwood's steadiness could tilt the night. This matchup hinges on pressure and pace. Colorado excels through tempo, clean exits, crisp entries, and relentless cycles that wear teams down. Their top line punishes space, while Makar's command on the power play can dismantle any kill. San Jose must counter by slowing it down, clogging lanes, grinding along the boards, and striking off turnovers. Their path to success depends on drawing penalties and letting Celebrini's creativity shine with the man advantage, but only if their penalty kill and blue line can finally hold firm. Physicality will define this matchup. Colorado's forwards thrive on board battles and puck control, while a shorthanded San Jose group, missing key pieces like Couture and Leddy, faces an uphill test. The Avs' closing strength in the third period contrasts with the Sharks' struggles to hold leads, setting up a clash of endurance and structure. Ultimately, Colorado's depth and precision should carry the night. Their puck movement, goaltending, and special teams execution remain superior. San Jose's effort keeps it close, but the Avalanche's sustained pressure proves decisive. Prediction: Avalanche 4, Sharks 2. Colorado's top line drives the tempo, Wedgwood stays steady, and the Avs extend their momentum while the Sharks fall short against a team in control. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Avalanche winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Ottawa Senators versus Montreal Canadiens. Two Atlantic Division contenders collide tonight in Montreal, and it's not just another game on the schedule, it's a statement showdown. The Canadiens, 8-3-0 and tied with Detroit atop the division, host the surging 6-5-1 Ottawa Senators, who are charging up the standings after a strong October finish. Montreal's 3-1-0 home record meets Ottawa's gritty 2-3-0 road mark, and both teams know what's on the line. Early season positioning in a division separated by inches, not miles. The Bell Center will be buzzing. Ottawa wants to prove its explosive offense can translate away from home, while Montreal looks to defend its ice with the kind of structure and speed that's fueled its rise. The Senators have won 4 of their last 5, but the Canadiens are finding their rhythm behind confident goaltending and balanced scoring. This one's got the makings of an early season measuring stick. Two teams built to contend, skating head-on into November momentum. Statistically, the tail of the tape is razor tight. Ottawa averages 3.58 goals per game, Montreal 3.64. Both are deadly on the man advantage. The Senators at 28.9%, the Canadiens at 28.1%. But Montreal's 75% penalty kill gives them a crucial edge over Ottawa's 62.2%. Ottawa's attack leans on the dynamic Tim Stützle, 13 points, 5G, 8A, and sharpshooter Shane Pinto, 8 goals, supported by Drake Batherson's steady playmaking, 9A. Montreal counters with the red-hot Nick Suzuki, who leads with 16 points, 2 goals, 14 assists, and Cole Caulfield, whose 9 goals include clutch game winners that have ignited the Habs crowd. Between the pipes, it's a study in contrast. Ottawa's Linus Ullmark, 5-4-1, 3.36 GAA, .863 SV%, is the veteran presence who steadied the Sens after early turbulence. Montreal's Jakub Dobeš, 6-0-0, 1.97 GAA, 930 SV%, has been sensational, unbeaten in regulation, giving the Canadiens confidence every night he's in net. His composure has transformed close games into controlled wins. If this becomes a goalie duel, Dobeš holds the upper hand, especially on home ice, where his calm, positional style shines brightest. Momentum-wise, Ottawa's been rolling. After blowout wins over Boston, 7-2, and Washington, 7-1, plus a gutsy shootout victory over Calgary, the Senators look like a team discovering its full gear. The lone blemish, a 7-3 stumble in Chicago, reminds them what happens when defensive gaps appear. Montreal, meanwhile, is coming off 3 straight wins, 2 in overtime on the road, showing their resilience and poise under pressure. A 6-5 loss in Edmonton was the lone crack in an otherwise strong stretch that showcased their top-line chemistry and ability to win tight games. This one's all about special teams and transition control. Ottawa's power play, driven by Stützle and Batherson, can strike fast. But Montreal's penalty kill has been airtight, marked by sharp rotations and active sticks. At 5-on-5, the Canadiens' pace and defensive structure, led by Suzuki's two-way command, could slow Ottawa's open attack. Without Brady Tkachuk's physicality and with Montreal still adjusting to injuries to Lane and Gould, depth becomes the separator. The Habs' fourth line has quietly swung momentum with energy and smart shifts. Expect intensity from the opening face-off. Ottawa's speed will test Montreal's structure, demanding precision from Ullmark in net. Meanwhile, Dobeš faces an onslaught from one of the league's higher-volume shooting teams, and his composure under pressure could decide it. In the end, Montreal's defensive discipline, balanced scoring, and home ice edge give them the nod. Ottawa battles to the finish, but the Canadiens' steadier goaltending and execution in key moments seal it. Prediction: Canadiens 4, Senators 3. Suzuki dictates pace, Caulfield finishes with flair, and Dobesh delivers another timely win for a team finding its stride. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Canadiens winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Vancouver Canucks versus Minnesota Wild, two teams skating in opposite directions collide tonight in St. Paul. The Vancouver Canucks, sitting 6-6-0 and 4-3-0 away, arrive at Grand Casino Arena chasing a third straight road win and another foothold in the Pacific Division race. The Minnesota Wild, meanwhile, stumble in at 3-6-3, desperate to halt a 5-game slide that's left them near the bottom of the Central. Momentum, morale, and maybe early season identity are all on the line under the lights in Minnesota. Vancouver's fought its way to mid-pack in a loaded Pacific, 12 points, just 3 behind Vegas for first. Minnesota's reality is tougher. Only 9 points, sitting 7th in their division, while Colorado and Winnipeg pull away. But that gap can narrow fast with a spark, and the Wild know it. This is the first of 3 meetings between these clubs this season, and it's a chance for one side to set the tone early. Whether that means Vancouver building belief or Minnesota breaking through its frustration. Offensively, Vancouver's attack has found consistency through Connor Garland, who leads the club with 11 points on 3 goals and 8 assists. Kiefer Sherwood brings the finishing punch with 9 goals in just 9 games, proving to be a spark plug in tight contests. For the Wild, the conversation starts and ends with Kirill Kaprizov. 16 points, 7 goals, 9 assists. Even in a rough stretch, he's the heartbeat of Minnesota's offense, the kind of player who can swing momentum with a single rush. Kaprizov's 41 shots show his aggressiveness, but he'll need help from a supporting cast that's struggled to sustain pressure. Defensively, the Canucks are grinding through injuries. Quinn Hughes and Brock Boeser are both day-to-day, while key blue liners Derek Forbort and Victor Mancini are sidelined longer term. Still, Vancouver has kept games tight, averaging 3.00 goals against only slightly above their 2.58 goals per game. Minnesota's defense, however, has faltered. The Wild allow nearly 4 goals a night, 3.92 GAA, and carry the league's most penalized unit, racking up 69 PIMs already. Special teams have told the story. Vancouver's power play clicks at 17.9%, and their penalty kill is an elite 71.4%, while Minnesota's sits at a flat 29.2% with a 60% kill rate. That's a critical gap, one that could decide tonight's outcome. Goaltending could decide this one. Thatcher Demko anchors Vancouver with a 4-3 mark, 2.18 GAA, and .926 save rate, steady and composed in tight games. Philip Gustafsson owns a 3-1 record, but shakier numbers at 3.37 and .892, often facing over 30 shots nightly. He'll need more defensive help to contain Vancouver's pace, while backup Jesper Wallstedt remains a limited option with just 1 win. Recent form favors Vancouver. They've shown resilience with extra-time wins over St. Louis and Edmonton, and narrow losses to New York and Montreal. Minnesota, meanwhile, has dropped 5 straight, mostly by multiple goals, undone by defensive lapses and penalties despite steady effort. This matchup promises a tactical battle. Vancouver thrives on structure, disciplined neutral zone play, crisp puck movement, and layered offensive pressure that forces turnovers. Even with Hughes not at full strength, their system stays sharp. Minnesota leans on Kaprizov's speed to attack off the rush, but defensive lapses in transition remain costly. If Vancouver's power play clicks early, that double-digit special teams gap could quickly become decisive. The swing factors: Demko's steadiness and Sherwood's hot stick for Vancouver versus Kaprizov's brilliance and Gustafsson's resilience for Minnesota. With fatigue and discipline in play, composure may be the ultimate separator. Prediction: Canucks 4, Wild 2. Vancouver's structure, depth, and sharper special teams earn another statement win, powered by Demko's calm presence and a forecheck that never stops grinding. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Canucks winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. New York Rangers versus Seattle Kraken. The lights will burn bright in Seattle tonight as the New York Rangers roll into Climate Pledge Arena, two teams chasing early season identity and crucial divisional footing. The Rangers sit at 5-5-2, middle of the Metropolitan pack with 12 points, while the Kraken stand 5-2-3, hanging near the top half of the Pacific with 13 points. For New York, it's about finding rhythm after a turbulent October. For Seattle, it's about defending home ice and proving their early surge is no fluke. It's East versus West, and momentum's on the line. The Rangers' season so far has been defined by tight margins. Their 2.33 goals per game rank modestly, but they've kept themselves in the hunt thanks to a 2.42 goals against average and a disciplined 87.1% penalty kill. Adam Fox leads the way offensively with 9 points, 3 goals, 6 assists, quarterbacking both ends with his precision passing and poise. Taylor Radish adds 5 goals, showing a nose for the net in big moments. Between the pipes, Igor Shesterkin remains the backbone. 3 wins, .916 save percentage, 2.32 goals against average. Steady as ever in high-pressure situations. Seattle's story leans on balance and bursts of offense. They're scoring at a healthier 2.80 goals per game, with Jaden Schwartz setting the tone at 9 points, 4G, 5A. His net front presence anchors a Kraken attack that thrives on second chances and scrappy rebounds. Their special teams are decisive. A 20.0% power play, capable of flipping games, though their 64.0% penalty kill remains a vulnerability that New York's precision can exploit. In goal, Joey Daccord has carried the load, 5 wins, 2.68 GAA, 905 SV%, showing resilience but facing heavy shot volume behind an inconsistent blue line. Momentum tells 2 stories. The Rangers are heating up, fresh off back-to-back road wins over Edmonton, 4-3 overtime, and Vancouver, 2-0. That's grit and structure finding alignment. A team rediscovering its defensive edge and late-game composure. Prior to that, 3 straight losses had raised alarms, but the bounce-back suggests resolve. The Kraken, meanwhile, have cooled off slightly, dropping an overtime heartbreaker to Montreal after a solid stretch that included wins over Edmonton and Winnipeg. They've been steady but not dominant, showing flashes of control, yet struggling to close games cleanly. The goaltending duel could decide this one. Shesterkin remains a master of angles and anticipation, his calm demeanor turning chaotic scrums into controlled stops. On the other side, Daccord is athletic and aggressive, a reflex goalie who thrives on rhythm but can be exposed when rebounds linger. New York's Jonathan Quick, should he start, offers a veteran counterpoint, 941 save percentage in 2 starts, while Seattle's depth option Philip Grubauer hasn't found his groove point 897 SV%. Every glove save, every poke check could tip this razor-thin matchup. Strategically, the styles couldn't differ more. New York relies on structure, calm breakouts, disciplined spacing, and puck control to slow Seattle's attack. The Kraken counter with speed and pressure, thriving on turnovers and physical battles along the boards. Special teams may decide it. The Rangers' disciplined penalty kill meets Seattle's aggressive, opportunistic power play. Injuries could influence the pace. New York misses Vincent Trocheck and Matt Rempe, trimming its center depth. Seattle is without Capo Caco, Jared McCann, and Frederick Gaudreau, forcing Dave Hackstol to juggle lines and rely on Schwartz for offense. Expect a tight, patient start before late fireworks. The Rangers' defense and steady goaltending travel well at 5-1 away, while Seattle's attack remains streaky against top goalies. Prediction: Rangers 3, Kraken 2, OT. Shesterkin shines, Fox sparks special teams, and New York's poise edges out Seattle's late push. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Rangers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.